Welcome back to Spotlight Entertainment Network, guys. I am your host, Millionaire Trader Alex Jenkins, and I have another one for you guys. So, you always hear me talk about the disease. Well, I have some information here for you from the man himself to let you know how these things work and what the protocols to do so to make these things happen. Now, this is back in the 50s, so take a look at this. This is exactly what they were doing during that time period, and those studies never stopped. They just moved from one place to another, and somebody else picked up the mantle and kept going, or they passed the baton, so to speak. And the work still's going on, but it goes on in a different way. But let's get to the film and see what's going on.
Seem absolutely credible.
I would say the answer is yes, but there are many qualifications to that.
Dr. Milton Klein, a psychologist, a clinical and experimental hypnotist, and unpaid consultant to the CIA.
The qualifications would be the subject selected to produce the kind of behavior that you wish, the amount of time, the procedures that are utilized, and the motivations of the people who are designing, executing, and administering the procedures. You're asking whether an individual can be, under hypnosis, influenced, coerced, persuaded, shaped to perform an antisocial act, or a destructive act, or an act of violence. My answer would be yes.
Captain Marco, will you be good enough to lend Raymond your pistol, please?
Yes, ma'am.
Thanks, Ben.
Sure, kid.
Shoot Bobby, Raymond. Through the forehead.
Yes, ma'am.
How valuable a tool can hypnosis be in the intelligence field?
None whatsoever. It has absolutely no use because nobody's ever been able to do that I know of, do it in an operationally feasible way. I'm not in any way saying that hypnosis doesn't take place. I'm not saying there's nothing to it.
I would say that most government agencies concerned with intelligence operations have been looking to hypnosis as a tool for a variety of purposes, one of which is to carry out and to execute certain intelligence operations on a basis where they would not have to rely completely on some of their own emotional reactions. Actually,
Would that entail murder?
It could, if you consider that an act of killing someone under circumstances of war is murder. I think one has to define what that means.
Under circumstances of peace.
Under circumstances of peace, it would be murder.
Another former CIA agent says that Fidel Castro at one time was considered as a possible target for a Manchurian candidate.
Castro was naturally our discussion point. Could you get somebody gung-ho enough that they would go in and get him? But if you have 100% control of a guy, you have 100% dependency. If something happens and you haven't programmed it in, you've got a problem.
So in the end, it was decided that a Manchurian candidate was not feasible. But the search for mind control continued. But could the mind be controlled? Perhaps not. But is human behavior predictable? In this area, the CIA did make a significant breakthrough. A personality assessment system designed by the agency's chief psychologist, John Gittinger. It comes close to being able to predict how humans will behave.
It's really a descriptive system, an attempt to try to describe personality in a relatively systematic way so that hopefully you can get some kind of an idea to predict what the behavior between different kinds of individuals.
Gittinger's system had many uses in intelligence work. One was to draw personality portraits of world leaders. Using Gittinger's system, the agency concluded the Shah of Iran is a brilliant but dangerous megalomaniac whose basic problems resulted from an overbearing father. And there were other applications. Your assessment staff played a key role in helping other governments pick their police intelligence agencies, including, we've learned, the Korean CIA, Uruguayan National Police. Can you tell us about this?
No.
Author John Marks.
The former #2 CIA man in Uruguay told me how in 1966, John Gittinger and an assistant traveled down to Uruguay and gave the tests in order to select members of the Uruguayan intelligence service. A psychologist who used to work for the CIA told me in 1961 he personally traveled to South Korea as part of an American CIA effort to set up the Korean CIA and to give the personality tests to candidates for the Korean CIA to choose the best man for their secret police.
But one of the basic functions of Gittinger's system was finding the vulnerabilities of an agent, a double agent, or a potential agent. In its applicability to intelligence work, isn't the PAS system looking for a person's soft spot?
Well, of course, the answer to that is yes, but I
And there it is. Now, guys, some of the stuff in this film come from movies. Yeah, you can see which parts came from movies, but the interviews is where you want to put your focus is. As you can see, they did all type of things to try to gain control of your mind, and this is something that's been going on for a long period of time, and they continue. Like I said before, they can continue to do so. So this is the disease I speak of. I'm not making this stuff up. This stuff is real, and it still happens today. It just moved, and it comes in a different form now. They know how to utilize music. They know how to use sounds. They know how to use the drug. They studied the drug. They studied it on actual people. And he actually was going to try to take over countries and leaders of countries using this method. And we know they did experiments on civilians. I have footage of that. But this has been going on for a long period of time, guys. This is nothing new under the sun, guys. You know, so we have to be better as a people to combat this type of stuff. Because the type of warfare that's going on is not with guns. It's with drugs and cultures, mental cultures being pushed on people. More characters, things that will mess with your character, things that will mess your value system. They're trying to destroy those things that you live by internally. If they can destroy those systems, then they can gain control of you through other avenues. But tell me, guys, what you think about this that was said in this film. Drop a comment down below. I would definitely like to hear what you guys got to say about this. But I am your host, Millionaire Trader Alex Jenkins. And we're checking out, man. Make sure you like, subscribe, and comment, guys. Peace.